Welcome back to KeithTalks, not KeithCast. I'm your host Keith, and this is my new wife, Cassie.
Hello, hello.
So yeah, I don't know. I figured today we could talk about how we met and our experiences in the restaurant a little bit, maybe, and I don't know, our first impressions of each other and all that good stuff. Seeing that we just got married and I don't know. So
Is it too early to get divorced?
yes. Yes it is. I would say at least give me a week.
Okay. We can give you a week.
All right. So right now we're coloring together as we're recording this.
This is my favorite pastime.
Yep. Yeah, it's nice and calming. She likes to listen to the episodes that I record, and she listens to them while she colors.
It's calming. I get to color and listen to your podcast. The baby just went to sleep. It's nice and quiet.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah. And you're coloring a Game Boy, so, you know.
And you're coloring jeans, like...
Well, the Game Boy represents you.
True.
And the jeans just look fun to color.
Yeah, they got like a rainbow and lightning bolts on them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, are you going to start the story?
Oh, I guess. You want me to start it?
Yeah. Since
Okay.
you were the one that first, had the hard eyes for me.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, we both worked at this restaurant. It's a little family-owned place. I'm not going to say the name of it because I think there's only one of them. Like in the world.
And they suck anyways.
And they suck ass, so don't go there.
No need to, hype them up.
Right. So yeah, I had been a line cook there for like 4 years. Just minding my business, and then all of a sudden this cute short girl walks in with, a big booty and
Yeah, you were for sure just looking at my booty.
yeah.
Oh,
No,
man.
that's not it. But
Yes, it is.
mm-mm.
Sure. Okay.
No. So yeah. I worked there for 4 years. I flirted with apparently everyone in there. That's the story that Cassie was told, at least. So.
To be fair, you did date quite a few women that worked there. Your first, I guess second real relationship you met there.
Yeah.
So what, like your first true love, I guess?
Mm.
So that's what you.
That's strong.
Regardless, he did date quite a few women.
I don't know. Would you call talking to them for a few weeks or going on one date dating them
No, but you dated around.
I don't think so.
You dated around with them.
All right, I guess that's fair. I don't know.
But it wasn't like you were sleeping with all of them or anything, or
So you think?
Well.
So we get married and the truth comes out.
I would have liked to at least got reviews before I.
Well, you think they're gonna go around and be like, "Oh, you're a user," and no.
Yes, they would. Girls talk about stuff like that.
Well, I paid them off so that they wouldn't talk about
You
it.
paid them off. Okay, well, where's all this money now?
She's sleeping in the bassinet in the other room.
That's a fair statement, I guess.
Yeah, so that's how we met. I literally worked there for 4 years,
And I worked there for probably about a week before Keith decided to make a move.
and yeah, so I mean, the first day that she was there, I was like, oh, whatever, new server, nothing crazy. In the restaurant business, I mean, if you never worked there, you don't know this, but it's literally in the door 1 week and then out the door the next week with people sometimes. So.
I could have quit the next day after you saw.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been shocked. And then she was there for like you said, probably a week, and I was like, all right, well, maybe I'll go talk to her. She's
maybe
pretty
she's
cute.
sticking around this time.
Yeah.
What a
So
mistake.
then, me being an awkward dude who was realistically single for 3 years, Yeah, I don't know. I walked up and I was like, "Oh, what are you doing?"
Mind you, I was single for like 2 months at this point.
Well, that's not my fault.
No, but I wasn't looking to mingle at all.
Well, I was, and I made you.
Yes. Well, to be fair, I was doing side work once, and you were questioning. You were like, "Oh, do you go to school?" Or like
questioning you. I was trying to get to know you. Jeez.
Okay, that's fair. But
you make it sound like I was investigating your like backstory.
You
like,
were.
Jesus.
You're like, "Do you go to school?" Blah blah blah. And then I remember you asked me how old I was, and I was like, "Oh, how old do you think I am?" And I'm pretty sure you said like 24 or 25, didn't you? And I was like 26 at the time.
Yeah, which is okay. So I wasn't that far off.
No, but I guessed that you were like 24, 25.
And I am not. I'm currently 22, and I was 21 when we met. I think, or no, 20. It's not, I don't know. I was young.
So then, in my head, I was like, "Wow, damn, he's young." So, I wasn't really trying to pursue anything, being out of a relationship, especially with a 21-year-old. And Keith did not give up.
Nope. There was one day where I was like, "Oh, are you working tonight?" And she had to work the morning, and I worked like from when they opened until pretty much like an hour before they closed most of the time. So I was there most days and nights. So I didn't know if she was going to be there for a double, but that was the only day of the week that I wasn't there for a double. I went home early on Thursdays at like, I don't know, 4 or 5 o'clock or something. And of course she was working because I was going to ask her if she wanted to hang out or something, but so that didn't work out. And so I was awkward about it, and I was like, "Oh, damn, I was going to ask you if you wanted to chill or something."
And at the time, I was low-key grateful I was working.
Rude.
Well, I wasn't looking for anything. Well, and I told you from day one. What did I say? I don't
listen.
Well, that's true. But I told you specifically multiple times that I do not date people I work with, especially a line cook.
And you know what? That's really fair, because some of the worst people I've ever met are line cooks.
No, but...
And I'm sure same for you.
Line cooks are nasty usually.
Yeah, they're pieces of shit.
So, they sexualize you. They only want to sleep with you. Like, they have no respect towards you.
Gotta be honest, I'm not trying to say that I'm, an angel or anything, because I'm definitely not. I'm also a piece of shit, but I'm nothing like a regular old line cook.
No, you're not, but I didn't know that at the time. I was like, whoa, another line cook hitting on me.
And he's 21, shocker.
And he's young as hell, yay. I was kind of like, whatever. And also, you went around telling everyone that you liked me before I even really knew. So everyone
that was the move. Then people would go over to her and tell her that I liked her before I had to go over and tell her that I liked her.
But you have to admit that's a little childish.
Yeah, no, it is. It's high school.
And you were 21.
To be fair, the last relationship that I had been in was in high school.
That's fair, but to me that was
I'm not saying that it was a good choice. I'm just telling you that's what I did.
I know, and I'm telling you that it threw me off. Also, it didn't help that people were talking poorly about you at the time.
Which they didn't have a right to, really, because they were talking about stuff that they really shouldn't have been talking about. Are you talking about with the manager? Or you're talking about people in general?
No, remember when that one other bartender that I worked with a lot, she was like, "Oh, he has mental health issues."
No, what does her name start with?
M.
Oh, the redhead?
Yeah. Remember?
I don't remember that.
No, I told you this. She was like, "Oh, he's a depressed kid. He has mental health issues. Watch out, stay away."
I am a depressed kid, but...
Yeah, but I wasn't in no happy position. I just got out of a relationship, and I was starting a new job. Everyone has their own shit.
Yeah.
Everyone's not always happy all the time. And if people say they're happy all the time, then they're lying. But regardless, it wasn't her place to talk to me about that stuff, because that's your own personal shit going on. So she was kind of
Preach.
She was kind of watch out,
That's crazy because she had only known me for like a month or two.
Well,
she
that's
was
probably
still
stuff
new.
she heard from the grapevine. That's probably not even stuff that she knew that
And
was true.
I was friends with her really good friend. Remember that? I used to go to the gym with him.
Yeah. So maybe she heard it. I don't know.
Wow.
Maybe she heard it from him. I don't
That's
know what you
fucked up.
told him and didn't tell him. He's also a piece of shit.
He is a
That's
piece of
another
shit.
story for a different time.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, so I was kind of being told, like, stay away from this man. So I was kind of like, okay. So then, like, a week went by.
I don't know why. I'm great.
That's true. I guess it worked out for the best.
Yeah.
But then a week later, it was a Saturday, and we were both working. And what did you do?
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
I asked you if you wanted to go get drinks, and I was off work like an hour and a half before you because, of course, I chose the night where like they had you guys rearranged the whole dining room and shit, and like
That was because we had big parties.
yeah, you had like big parties, so you had to literally you guys were there like an hour and a half after after we closed. So then you said yes.
No, what did I say? You're forgetting a part.
You were like,
I was like, sure, I guess so. And you were like, well, you don't have to.
I was like, damn, you don't sound very excited. Like,
And I was like, I said something about like, oh, I usually just go home to my dogs.
which is fair.
Which is very true. I would always go home, shower, hang out with my dogs because, they're my life. Well, I guess now they're not, but they were at one point.
Now you have a bigger life.
Right. And I would
Or I guess a
literally
littler life.
lay in bed and just read a book because I love reading books. And I did then too. So, like, that was my life. And I
Which is
honestly
fair.
enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed going home on a Saturday night. I also was in a very big drinking stage, like, before I started working there. So, I was kind of, like, over that part. I was just kind of like, oh, let me go home and, like, go to bed. But I'm happy that I went out with you, obviously.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you said.
Do you remember when we were at the bar having a drink? And
That same night? No, it couldn't have been.
no,
that
it
night.
was the same night. And
Really?
one of the guys that used to work at the restaurant we worked at, like, came over to us and made it, like, really awkward. He was,
Oh,
like, a
you're saying
dishwasher
at
or
the
something.
bar that we went to.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying at the bar we worked at.
No. The
Oh.
bar that we went to, like, when we
Yeah, so this dude, I feel bad talking about him because I think he had like
Well,
some
you don't
kind
have
of
to say anything bad. Just say how he made it, like, awkward.
Oh,
for
yeah.
us.
yeah. He worked at the place for like
Wasn't
I
it,
don't
like,
know,
a short period
a
of time?
month maybe, and he was terrible, so they fired him.
That
and
goes
then,
back to how people are just in and out of the restaurant business.
yeah, and then he like I didn't even recognize him at first, but then he came over and he kept coming over and talking to us, and I was like trying to give him a hint, like, hey bro, I'm hanging out with this girl, like, why don't you leave, please, like. So I don't know, I
Like,
feel bad, but
you definitely tried to make it more of a one-on-one experience. Because, like, normally in restaurants, like,
Dude,
when you
like,
go out for drinks, everyone goes out to drinks.
I feel like it's pretty obvious, like, hey, it's just you and me, like, it's just it's just me and this girl, like, hey, maybe you don't come over and bug us.
No, but you were trying to make it a point to be just us, because tell me not, in restaurants, it's like if one or two people go out for a drink, everyone wants to go out for a drink.
Literally that happened with the people we used to work with, at least on the side that I worked with.
Well, and
They
you
would
probably,
go out like every week.
You probably don't remember this, but there was one girl that we worked with that knew that you liked me and had told me that you liked me.
That same girl, no?
No. And she starts with an A. And she was like, oh, I should come out to drinks with you guys. And I was kind of like, oh, I think he wants it to be just us.
Oh.
Yeah, like she was trying to come get drinks with
What?
us. Yeah. She was like, oh, I heard.
I don't remember that at all.
She was like, I heard Keith asked you for our drinks or whatever. And I
Dude,
was like,
wow. I'm like reliving all of this.
and she was like, oh, I could go for a drink. And I was like, well, I think he wanted it to, like, be just us, like a little, like, after
Thank
work
God
date.
you said that. I would have been pissed.
Well,
if
because
she
it would have
came.
been awkward if she came,
Dude,
honestly.
yeah. She's like
really.
cool or whatever, but
Yeah, but you don't
wasn't
think it would
she?
have been awkward?
Wasn't she pregnant? No, she must have just been a new mom then. Yeah.
I never worked there when she was pregnant. I worked there when her baby was like, not, I did, like, around the
maybe
first
she had
birthday.
just come back from.
Yeah, maybe. Because she wasn't pregnant.
She wasn't working for a while.
Yeah, she said
Yeah. You're right. She definitely didn't.
No, she definitely wasn't pregnant. I never saw her pregnant.
No, thank God she didn't come with.
It would have been very awkward, I think.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, she's...
Especially if it was literally just us three.
Not only that, but she also liked to be the center of attention. Like, everything was always about her and her drama and stuff.
We were definitely in, like, a different place in our life than her.
Yeah. She was nice, don't get me wrong, but you know when you like meet people and they're like good people, it's just you're at different stages in your life. And
I talked about her, I guess he's her ex now, but when I was talking about my tattoos, he was one of the people I went with to go get a tattoo with. And
the gumball one, right?
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't like to associate with people like that.
He actually, I don't know if I should maybe tell that story about how he cheated on her. I guess they're probably not ever going to find out.
You probably could say it, but don't like say too many details.
No, literally just like he was a cook with me, and then he started fucking one of the girls who worked on the other side of not on the restaurant side, on like the deli side of it.
Yeah.
So then they broke up.
The one thing about working in a restaurant is no one can be... I mean, it's a little different for us because we're married, but... People are pieces of shit. Don't stay loyal. People are pieces of shit. Like,
yeah.
People just fuck everyone in a restaurant. It's disgusting.
Unfortunately.
So...
Luckily, you and I are not like that.
That's true. Even though you did try to flirt with half the staff.
Yeah, but guess what? At least I didn't take them all home.
Yeah, that would have been disgusting. Okay, but we went to the bar and that weird guy was talking to us. But then I remember, too, you were like, oh, I asked you what you were drinking first. And you were like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, oh, like, I think I'm going to drink
It's because I was still, like, newly 21.
Yeah, and he like, had no idea what to even order at this bar. Like, he was, like, really a little awkward about it. But, so he just ended up getting what I was drinking, which at the time happened to be tequila and pineapple. Do you like my drawing?
I do. It's very cute.
So, yeah, so he just ended up drinking what I was drinking.
And then guess what? It turned into my regular, so thanks a lot.
You don't really drink that
Feeding
anymore,
into my
though.
alcoholism.
You don't even like pineapple juice anymore.
No, pineapple juice is like...
I drink pineapple. I drink Malibu and pineapple now. You drink
I don't know.
vodka.
I feel like it's like... see, it's a texture thing for me. I don't like how it's like chunky.
Texture?
It's like chunky in the can. I don't like it.
In the can, but in a drink, it's mixed.
Nah, not cool.
Okay.
Not cool.
Regardless, he swore that he liked pineapple and tequila, but he barely drank it that one time, and then maybe another time after that.
Okay, we went out to the club with that other girl we worked with, and I drank it. I had like 6 of them that night.
Yeah.
And then we used to get them, and I would drink it at home.
But then you were like, oh, I don't like pineapple juice.
No, I don't. So then I started doing cranberry.
But now you don't even drink tequila.
And now I don't even drink.
Well, that's true too.
Our first drink in like a month was last night when we got married.
That's true.
So.
Regardless, so he didn't know what to order. And when he went off to the bathroom, I paid for our bill.
Yeah, which was bullshit. I was like, wow, she really doesn't like me that much that she's going to pay the bill. That way I don't bug her anymore.
Well, in my mind, I was like, damn, like, if he pays the bill, he's going to, like, expect me to sleep with him. Or he's going to, like, assume that there's going to be another date. Like, what if I don't want to? I
wasn't even thinking about that. I was literally just like, oh, I like this girl. I kind of want to go out with her again.
Well, we're going to get to that because do you remember when you dropped me off in my car?
Yeah, I remember.
So I was kind of like, oh, like, I don't want him to expect anything for paying for my drink. So beat him to the punch. He's not going to let me split this bill. So, he went to the bathroom. Okay, let me try to get to the...
Because, of course, I'm a lightweight, so I have to piss every 20 minutes now when I drink.
So, I'm pretty sure I only had one drink because I wasn't comfortable around you yet. So, like, I didn't want to, like, drink too much.
Yeah.
Because, like,
I think you had maybe one and then you started a second one, but that was it.
I've always been weird drinking around new people because I just don't trust people.
I get that.
So, like, especially out with him.
Especially being a small girl. Like,
hanging out with him for the first time and, like, him being in a restaurant, you know, as I said before, like, I didn't really know what his intentions were.
Mm-hmm.
So, I had, like, a drink and a half, and you had 2 drinks. And then we drove your car over to the bar because it was near where we were.
Yeah, we didn't drive my car over to the bar. Wink, wink. We Ubered.
Oh, yeah, right. So we were just, like, talking because obviously I couldn't drive. And, I forget, like, how it got brought up, but I was like, oh, so do you want to come over? Like, trying to test him to see if he would, like, come. It was, like, 1 o'clock in the morning at this point. So
I had never been, like, I had never had, like, a hookup or anything like that. So I was like, I don't know, no. Like, I didn't really know how to react.
I think you said, oh, I want to, but it's late or something. You were like, oh, I want to come over, but, like, I'm not going to.
Which I think is fair. I think that's a fair response. I did want to. But also, like, I was probably a little nervous, so I kind of found a way out of it a little bit.
Nervous is an understatement.
Listen, I was with a pretty girl, and...
Well, so yeah, so he said no, and I was like, well, that's good, because I was testing you to see if you would come over to my house after us drinking at 1:30 in the morning, so, you know, good man, good man. So then he was like, oh, we should hang out again, whatever. And do you know what I'm going to say next?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, like, we were getting ready to say bye, and he was like, oh, can you text me when you get home so I know you're safe? Because at this point, we were both sobered up or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'll text you when I get home. And then he was like, all right, well, thanks for coming out, blah, blah, blah. So then I look at him, and I'm like, well, are you going to, like, get my phone number? How am I supposed to text you that I'm home and you didn't ask me for my phone number?
Which I, honestly, dumbass. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was like, I don't know, maybe I thought that I already had your phone number or something. It was also like 1 a.m, probably closer to 2 a.m. at this point, and I was like,
let's blame it on
exhausted
that.
and drunk, and
You didn't, no, you sobered up by that point.
yeah.
Also, we hung out the whole night, and not one time, even before you drank, did you ask for my phone number.
Well, I don't want to pry if you don't like me.
How did you know I liked you then?
I didn't. That's why I didn't pry.
But you wanted me to text you when I got home?
Well, you didn't run away from me immediately. We talked in the car for a while, so I kind of assumed, oh, maybe she likes me.
You didn't just assume, like, hey, she can't drive, she's drunk. Maybe she wants to sober up?
To be honest with you, no, I didn't. But maybe that is a fair assumption that I should have made.
Oh, yeah, I like that. That looks good.
What, me? Oh, this?
Yeah,
oh, thank you.
that too. Well, whatever.
So, yeah, so that's what happened the first night we went out.
And he did eventually get my phone number. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, once she said, oh, are you going to get my phone number? I was like, oh, yeah, can I have your phone number? and then, yeah, I think I went to the Barbie movie with my sister the next night. And then I think we Snapchatted all day. But that was it, really. And then...
I had you on Snapchat already?
Yeah, I think you added me, and I was like, how'd you find me? And you were like, from your phone number, dumbass. Oh. I was like, oh, I don't know how this works. I don't really do that that much. And then, yeah, like, I think it literally went one day in between, and then if you haven't listened to the other episode where I talk about the manager...
You're forgetting a part.
What am I forgetting? There
was that day you went to the Barbie movie, and then the next day, we always had Monday and Tuesdays off at this restaurant. Yeah. So it was like a Monday or Tuesday, and I had gone to the bar with my friends. And I was like, hey, like, she was bringing her boyfriend. So I was like, hey, you should come meet me, because you were out with your friend at a bar already.
Yeah, but guess what? That was the night that the manager freaked out on me.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, right, because we
were freaking out about it together.
Yeah.
And then that kind of
drew us closer,
yeah,
I guess.
it drew us closer. And then I went and met her in like the city.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because I was like, because you were upset.
I had already been out with my buddy.
But I remember I felt bad because you were like sad about it because they were telling me not to talk to you.
Yeah, and they were saying I was like a piece of shit and stuff. Like I guess pretty much the same stuff that the bartender had said to you about me. But
yeah, so I felt bad. So I was like, oh well, if you want to come hang out, like, come hang out. Like, we'll talk about it.
Especially since your friend was bringing her boyfriend anyway, so I feel like it was like a...
Well, she wasn't supposed to. It was supposed to be a girl thing. Well, but then you were upset, so I was like, oh, I feel bad. He's, like, sad about it. Because I didn't, like, really listen to anything that the manager was saying. Like, I didn't hold any value to it, but I guess when it's being talked about you, it's obviously different. So I felt bad. So I was like, you want to come hang out and just, like, have a drink and chill, whatever. So
that was the first night we spent the night together.
3 days in.
Don't worry, she didn't put out. So.
You gotta work for that shit.
True.
Can't just be sleeping with line cooks nowadays, you know?
Definitely not. You're gonna get fucking HPV or some shit.
Or stalked.
True. Yeah, true. I'm sure that's happened a fair few times. At least once that I know of to you.
I didn't sleep with him.
Yeah, but...
That's what I get for having a booty.
You walked away. I was going to say you walked away from him and he was looking at you.
He was like, oh, I got to stalk this girl. Well, the rest is history from there. Look where we are now.
Yep. Have any regrets?
I would like to say that I regret working there because it was the worst experience of my life, but at least you were the one good thing that came from it.
Oh. Sucker.
Yeah. I am a sucker.
True. Well, I guess that's it. Thanks for listening. I appreciate you guys, and I love you, and you're beautiful, and have a great night.